This morning, number one topic, speed to lead. Golly, it was good. Loan Officer Breakfast Club, Frank, and Carl comes in, and the topic is speed to lead, and so much great information, man.
The MIT study statistics
Yeah, yeah,
were shocking,
yeah.
shocking. And I don't think that as originators we really get it, right? I
Right,
didn't until
right,
today. And
right.
what I mean by that is we think it's okay when we're on the phone with someone, we see a call come in, and we push the little button that says on a call, I'll call you back as soon as I can, kind of a thing. Text them back, right? And we think that's okay, right?
Right.
And or we just push it to voicemail and it'll go to voicemail and then we'll follow. We think that's okay, and it's not, right? It's like
Mm.
the most shocking one stat this morning, Steve, and then I'll let you chime in here on whatever your thoughts are. But the most shocking one is that if you respond to an inbound lead within 60 seconds, there was a
Yeah,
391% increase in the chances of converting that lead into a deal or an appointment or whatever.
that's remarkable.
391%. If you waited 5 minutes, that dropped by over 80%.
5 minutes. Like, hey, I'll call you back. I'm finishing up a phone call. 5 minutes. And you know why that is? Because they've got a couple of loan officers oftentimes to call. And it goes back to that stat. Alex over at Sales Boomerang did this massive study, and the stat was 79% of mortgage customers use the first loan officer they speak with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the importance of that is if you don't answer the phone, and how many of us listening today has had a client that you called right back within 10 minutes and they said, "Nope, I'm good. I've already talked to a loan officer." And
Yeah,
you're like,
or
"It was 10 minutes. Are you
or
kidding?"
you call back in 10 minutes and it just goes to the voicemail, and then you're
Yeah.
texting, you don't respond, and another voicemail, you don't respond. That's because they
Yeah.
already got another loan officer. Now you're calling back and like, man, I've already got somebody. I'm just going to ghost this person. That's what happens.
Yes. Well, and you know what else I think it goes back to in the DISC assessment, which talks about natural behavior styles and profiles. The I is a steady Eddie, and that means they don't like a lot of change. They just want to be led well. And do you know that it's estimated that between 60 and 70% of the population is a high S? Frank, I really believe after 20 plus years of doing this, they don't want to shop. They don't want to talk to 22 loan officers.
Right.
They want to go to one person that helps them, that answers the phone, that
Right.
answers questions.
Right.
And they're really, I think it's more the minority that are saying, I got to talk to 12 loan officers. No, most people don't. And the number one indicator is, am I going to answer the phone?
Mm.
Crazy.
Right.
Yeah, and I love
Insane.
the way Carl says that. He's like, there's nothing else that gives you a 79% chance over your
Right.
competition. Hey,
Right.
okay, so and I thought this was good. So if you can't, or not if you can't, because you always can, what do we do? What would you do if for some reason you're not able to answer the phone? Like how do we solve that problem?
Well, I mean, you can do answering services,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah,
So,
well, because I hear people say the first thing is, "Oh, Frank, I can't do that. I'm a solo loan officer. I work by myself."
mm,
Well, that's not an option.
right.
If you could, what would it look like?
What
Or
would it look like?
here's a better question we have to be asking. What would need to happen to ensure that if I'm not able to answer the phone is being answered? That's the
Right.
better way to do it.
Yeah, and so you've got a couple of options, right? There's several options, right? Well, a handful, right? You could say, okay, I'm on call, outbound time. I need to forward my phone to a person, a live person, another, a partner in my office or something. Say you're answering my calls when they come
Right.
in. But then what happens if they're on a call?
Right.
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 I mean, so but it is an option, right? It is an
Yep.
option. Another one is the call services. So you can
Yep.
answering services, they're out there. There's a bunch of Ruby and a bunch of other ones, and
Mm-hmm.
I've whatever, whoever, right? And so, who's the one? Oh, Posh. Posh is one of
Mm-hmm.
them, right?
Yep.
Good services, right?
Right.
Here's what I've noticed by using them, and what I've noticed by using them is that oftentimes a lot of rings go by before
Mm-hmm.
before they pick up, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
It's
enough
too
rings to
much, too
have
long.
somebody
Yeah.
hang up
Yeah.
before they.
Yeah.
And so that has to be addressed with your call service. I remember there was a couple times with some that I started with, and I tested it, and bro, it was ringing for like 35 seconds before people picked up, and I was like,
Way
this
too
does
long, man.
not work for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there is that, and you can get good service. You can, when I brought that up to that service, they got better at it, right? They
Right.
got better.
Hmm.
However, those services, they're not 24/7, right? They close shop too, right? They close shop too. So the other alternative then is, like we talked about today, is the AI answering, the
Yeah.
AI
Yeah.
answering services. I do a hybrid, Steve. So what
Yeah.
I do is I do AI answers, right? And she quickly gives them three options. She says, "Hey, can I get your name?" They give the name. Then right away she says, "Here's how I can help you. I can answer basic questions. I can set an appointment, or I can transfer
Yeah.
you to a live person. What would you like me to do?"
Hey there, if you're loving the tips so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss out on more cool free tips coming your way. I'd also love to hear from you. Make sure to drop a comment below and let me know what you think, or what it is you want to see next. And we'll see you on the inside. See you.
Right. And
Mm-hmm.
so if they just got questions, they ask them. Or if they just say, "Yeah, I grab an appointment," they grab an appointment. If they say, "Transfer me for a live person," that does transfer to my call service.
There you go. There you
Okay.
go.
So now they get a person, right?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get me, they get a person. And then that person, they can try to connect to me. If I'm
Mm-hmm.
not available, they'll take the message and they'll do their thing. Or try to actually what they do is they round robin. There's two other people
Yeah.
that they will try the next one and try the next one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not saying it's a win all or whatever, but that's how I've kind of got it set up right
Hey,
now.
what is, and this is a real question, what's the percentage that says I want to talk to a live person? Do you know about?
I don't really have that as like I've tracked that, but it
Yeah.
does happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it does
Well,
for
what a
sure.
great option, to say, hey, would you like to be, talk to a live person? That's a great way to do
Right,
it
right.
too.
I
Yeah.
can answer questions. I can
Yeah.
set an appointment to get for a
Yeah.
call back, or I
Yeah.
can try to
Yep.
transfer right now to a live person.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I love it.
I'm surprised how many people just ask questions.
Yeah, well, I tell you, people just want their questions answered, and they
Hmm.
want it done intelligently, and they want just a clear next step. I think
Yeah.
it right now and in today's environment, with how real AI sounds, it's not as robotic and automated and cold. It really sounds lifelike. And
Hmm.
I'm just telling you that I think more and more people are comfortable because used to, you remember the answers were like all jacked up and you'd get
Yeah.
in this feedback loop and it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to go to the operator. I want to be,
Yeah.
you know, and now it's just not like that. It's so robust where you almost we were driving the other day because we've got the AI, the loan officer CRM.ai,
Right.
and we were testing it because our AI agent answerer, the phone answer is live now. And I was driving in the truck with Lucas. We were going to football practice, and I called to test it out. And Lucas is like, he's 10 years old, and he's like, dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
But it is really robust and really I think if people get the information they're looking for, that's all they need. They just need a
Yeah.
coach. So
Something Carl brought up too, and I agree 1,000% is if you do go the AI route, having an agent answering the phone,
yeah,
identify that it's AI. Just say, "Hi, I'm an AI assistant for Carl, or I'm an AI
yeah,
assistant for
yeah,
Steve or Frank, whatever."
yeah.
So go ahead and identify it. Don't clone your voice, right? Let it be.
I
Let it
thought
be
that was
the.
great too. Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't want them trying to figure out is this the real
yeah,
Steve or the
yeah,
AI Steve?
right. So those were good points. And some people would still say, "No way, man! I'm going to answer my phone directly. I refuse to do it." Well, there was in the chat today a fellow named Jim said, "Well, I was driving, a lead came in. I was in some mountain roads, had bad reception, couldn't connect, right? By the time I got back to where I could connect, which was only 10 minutes later, they had already gone to another lender."
That's it.
So
That's it.
so these are the problems, and but the stats were
Hmm.
alarming. And so I
Yeah.
would encourage everybody, like if you're listening, I'm sure if you go to uh, on YouTube, you can search Loan Officer Breakfast Club, and I'll make sure that the description in that YouTube video of the Loan Officer Breakfast Club we did today notes, speed to lead. So,
That's it.
so just
Speed to
search
lead.
speed to lead Loan Officer Breakfast Club. It should pop up, and you could see the presentation.
Yeah.
it was just incredible.
Yeah,
Like I was
fantastic.
blown away.
Well,
Yeah.
and it just reminds us sometimes we're losing just because we're missing the call.
Right.
And we just got to have the call answered. Whether, in some of the solutions, we're partner up with a team member in your office that when you're making calls, they're answering the phone. I mean,
Mm.
there's some really good solutions. And instead of saying how, just say, what would it look like?
Yeah.
And I want to encourage, and Frank does too. I mean, you guys check out Loan Officer CRM. Chris Johnstone does a great job. There's an
Yeah.
auto
It's all built
attendant
in there.
AI. Yeah, it's all built in
Yeah.
and has done a really good job. And Carl said it this morning. I'd have to 100% agree. Nothing beats a live person. However, the AI auto attendant is a strong second.
It
So,
really is. It's
man, I yeah, and don't lose to not having your phone answered when there's a very simple solution. So, and whether you use loan officer CRM dot AI, hey, is that where they would go?
yes, loanofficercrm.ai.
Okay. Yeah.
Loanofficercrm.ai. Go there.
It's a great solution. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, you and I are both using it. And so, but
Right.
just today's topic is speed to lead. That's what's going to win more of the business you've already got. So,
Yeah,
man, great
Carl's.
topic.
Yeah, Carl said at the beginning, he goes, "Listen, this isn't about the opportunities you take. This is about the opportunities you
You
miss."
missed. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. And he brought up a couple of really strong stories about like if he didn't answer this call or get this call first, he would have missed out on some incredible relationships that made him a lot of money for
That's right.
for many, many years. So speed to lead is massive. Extreme speed to lead. That's what
That's
I
right. That's right. All
Cool,
right,
man.
brother. Hey,
All right,
listen,
thanks.
and by the way, if you're listening today and you want some help with coaching, go to freedomplanningcall.com, talk
Yeah.
to our team. We'd love to help you in strategic coaching to help you get better. But Frank, great topic. Remember this, everyone, anything worth doing is worth doing badly. Just get started. See you.
Adios.